So like paint us a picture of, what it was like starting over from scratch in Wyoming, how long you were there, and then I'd love to ask a couple of follow-ups to better understand.
Um, Getting out of my comfort zone. There's something really, I feel like I get really uncomfortable when I catch myself living too comfortably, uh,
Mhm.
which is kind of, I don't know what the word is. Um, but yeah, do you understand yeah, it's like when you're like, oh my God, I've been doing kind of the same thing for this long. And that is weird because I feel more comfortable when I'm doing crazy stuff or like going on adventures or something. I feel more fulfilled and I feel just more excited about life. I like to be excited about life. There's so many exciting things going on. um, so breaking out of my comfort zone was really scary. I remember when I first got to Wyoming, it wasn't really working out like
Mm,
far
tell
as
us more.
well, uh,
Open up.
it was a few days of kind of some craziness, but because I had gotten on a plane and then the flight got delayed or something, and then I ended up um, in Billings, Montana for a few days because like I knew someone who lived out in Montana from like my old church from when I was a kid or something, who came and scooped me up from the airport when I got there because originally there was supposed to be a shuttle that took me from the airport to Yellowstone.
Mm,
I can't even remember how far, but it was far enough that it didn't make that he like couldn't bring me. Um, so I ended up in Billings, which I think was like 6 hours from Yellowstone or something like
mm,
that. And because the next shuttle was coming on Tuesday and
mm,
it was Thursday, um,
mm,
so all of a sudden I get there, I missed the shuttle. I had to have someone pick me up, bring me somewhere. I was in like a motel room in this place called Billings, Montana,
mm,
which is um, it's, it's it's not ideal as far
mm,
as not really knowing what I was doing. And I remember being in this motel room, and it was like my best friend's birthday, and the guy that I was like talking to, it was his birthday, and then I was just like there, and I wasn't in Yellowstone, and I was like by myself, just kind of like not where I wanted to be, and
mm,
having this like breakdown kind of thing of like what am I doing kind of. Um, and I remember walking out, and I needed a haircut. I wanted to smoke, and I needed a ride to Yellowstone still. Um, and I was gonna like take a bus, but everyone was telling me not to because of how dangerous the bus stop was.
mm,
Because it was kind of a little rundown town. Um, and I wasn't really used to that. Like Newark, Delaware is pretty safe. Like,
mm,
um,
mm,
and I went outside and I met this woman who was kind of a little bit off her rocker, a little bit, but she ended up giving me a haircut and smoking me out and driving me to Yellowstone all within like a 24-hour time period. And they took me on an adventure to this like mountain where we found arrowheads and like all this really cool stuff happened. Um, and I remember being like on the ride to Yellowstone, being in the car, and I was just kind of like driving me a little crazy. And I was like, I'm just gonna sit in the back of the truck and I'm gonna get a 6 pack and I'm gonna put it in my camelback and I'm just gonna listen to music. So I got into Yellowstone drinking beer out of a Camelback with my headphones on, sitting in the back of a truck. It was awesome.